Good morning. Happy Saturday, everybody. It's a rainy one here in Georgia where I am, and I have been excited because I've been doing some digging and some research and all the things, and I'm following my planner. And Brownstone Living magazine drops for the general public today, so we're excited about that. But that's not why I'm here today. This morning, I wanted to talk to you all about something that you definitely should be aware of on what happened yesterday evening. So we wanted to kind of go over that and the Supreme Court snap ruling and what you should know. So go ahead and grab your coffee. We're going to be here for a few minutes. And let's get to talking because it's important. You should absolutely know what is going on, right? So I did some digging because I wanted to know what happened with the ruling. Now, let's be clear. The fact that the Supreme Court came up with a ruling at all because of what the Trump administration wants to do is what is infuriating to me. But let's clear up what happened with the Supreme Court and SNAP benefits, because what I don't want to do is get a lot of folks riled up and be upset with the ruling and not understanding what really happened. Okay. So let's not get confused, because and rightfully so, everybody should be confused, right? Like I'm confused and I'm aggravated that keeping people hungry is a part of the game. I'm thrown off. So here's the short and simple truth about what went down. Okay. And what it means for you and your family, and literally for millions of Americans who, one, depend on food assistance, but then number two, the impact, the economic impact that it's going to have and is already having. And we talked about this last week when I went live, and we talked about how it's already impacting shifts and hours at grocery stores, and how it is impacting what people are able to do when it comes to their jobs and whether or not their children or themselves or the elderly or fully disabled are able to feed themselves. So number one, a federal judge recently told the U.S. Department of Agriculture, or the USDA, to release emergency funds so that November SNAP, which is food stamps, folks, SNAP benefits could go out on time, even though the government is still shut down. Now, that ruling was meant to make sure families could eat while Congress actually argues about the budget, right? So now the Trump administration said, not so fast. So the Trump administration didn't like that ruling. I'm confused. Anyway, we're not here for that, Paulette. Calm down. So they argued that they don't have the legal authority. Hold on. They don't have the legal authority to use those emergency funds without Congress approving it first. So they asked the higher court, the First Circuit Court of Appeals. Let me repeat that again. The First Circuit Court of Appeals to put that ruling on hold while they fight it. And the appeals court refused to pause it. So that's when the Supreme Court stepped in, but only temporarily, folks. After losing in the appeals court, the Trump administration went to the Supreme Court asking for an emergency stop to the order. So Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson, who handles emergency requests from that region, said yes, but only for now. So she granted a temporary pause. Listen closely, folks. So the First Circuit Court can look at the case and make a full decision quickly. So we're talking 48 hours is what they're saying, right? Now, what that means is the SNAP benefits are temporarily on hold, but that is not the final decision. And the First Circuit Court will decide soon whether the money has to be released, which in this case, I got to applaud her for what she did. So Justice Jackson didn't side with Trump or against the people. She followed the legal process that ensures that things move quickly and fairly. So here's why she did it. Number one, for speed. So the appeals court can act faster than the full Supreme Court. For fairness, it's better for that court, not one justice alone, to decide the bigger decision. And for pressure, she told the appeals court to act with haste, meaning she expects a ruling fast so people can get help soon. Okay. In short, she pressed pause, not stop. Bravo for her for doing that. But what does this mean for now? Some families might see additional delays or partial benefits this month while the courts sort this one out. No one lost their SNAP benefits permanently. We can get that and put that to bed. I need more coffee. Hold on. And the courts are literally deciding whether the government shut down or whether or not the government has to use emergency money that's already set aside for food aid. I'm gonna repeat that again because I said that crazy, and I need you all to hear that last phrase that I just said. The courts are deciding whether the government must use emergency money that's already set aside for food aid. Here's the bigger picture. So this all ties into this ongoing government shutdown. Republicans and Democrats are fighting over federal funding, including healthcare subsidies. So here's what you need to know. These healthcare subsidies and other programs, the Democrats are asking for it to be extended for another year. The Affordable Care Act and what comes with it, right? Because what that's going to allow them to do is to roll into 2026, and then they'll have to come back to the table and quote unquote argue this again. Meanwhile, millions of Americans are actually caught in the middle of all of this, trying to figure out how to feed their families while Washington plays politics. And right now, people need to eat. People need their health care. And so what Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson's decision did was not to cancel the SNAP benefits. She paused a lower court order so another court could rule quickly. It's a legal timeout. That's what it is. It's not a permanent stop. Okay. So ultimately, what I wanted to do was to make sure that you breathe, take some time this weekend. And if you have to stop the world and get off, then do that. But I wanted you all to get this information so it was clear and so that you kind of understood. So I read a little bit more. And I said, okay, let me go back and not, horrify folks and go, oh my God, I'm not going to get anything. And people are like sliding down walls in their kitchen. We don't want you to do that. Continue to stay in contact with people in your area who understand and know who is providing food assistance at this time. Contact your 211, call it literally 211, and it will give you a list of resources in your area. If it comes down to it, I know that local chambers of commerce may have resources, not so much the food kind, but a list of resources or the people you can reach out to who may have information. Churches may not have the resources because they just may not, but they may know who does. Reach out and let people know what is happening in your household if you are in dire straits. Most larger cities and other communities are offering opportunities for people to receive boxes and share boxes of food and so forth. Get resourceful. You've noticed that I've been doing Dollar Tree menus. You can go there and look at some of those to just kind of spark some ideas in your own head and say, okay, what can I do with what I currently have? And if you have anything on reserve, you may or may not, I don't know. What I will say is that this was a strategic move to hold folks accountable to get this done quickly so that people can get the food that they need. Again, stick around. I'll be in and out today as we prepare for the December cover. I'm the December cover of Brownstone Living magazine to celebrate 3 years of the magazine. All right, folks, get out there and enjoy your weekend. Find something to do. I'm going to find something to do, like find an outfit for this thing or two. All right. We'll see you around.